Hello, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. In today's video, I cannot wait to share with you a 30 plus Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs. So you guys have been having so much fun with me getting your homes boutique gorgeous on a budget. I love to share with you all my tips and tricks about how to make your home really beautiful, do tons of wonderful DIYs, make them absolutely gorgeous on a teeny tiny budget. So this video, I'm going to share with you some of the DIYs that we have already done. If you guys are new to my channel, this is a great way to catch up on a bunch of the DIYs, and it's also going to give you a spot to just kind of binge watch them. Who doesn't love binge watching crafting videos? I know I do. So I've also posted another video with 60 plus DIYs. If you guys want to go check that out, I will link it in the description box below. It will also be on my Dollar Tree Holiday Christmas DIY playlist. So without further ado, you guys plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter, and let's get to crafting. You guys, absolutely over the moon excited to share with you all this DIY Dollar Tree Christmas snowman and also this darling matching tree. Also, you guys, I DIY'd the pink and the aqua tree in another video where I shared with you guys how to paint a tree and also how to decorate those Dollar Tree Christmas trees. I will link that video down below. So the supplies you'll need are 2 of the larger glass vase bowls from Dollar Tree, a smaller one, an automotive cloth, some hot glue, glue gun, and scissors. And then what you want to do is just take your automotive cloth and go ahead and start gluing the automotive cloth in and around the top part of your glass vase bowl. So you're just going to continue to glue around until you get about halfway around, and then once you get about halfway around, you're going to go ahead and trim off the excess fabric, but be sure to leave enough fabric at the end. So then you're going to go ahead and flip this over, and you want to glue down the bottom part. That way your cloth has something to adhere to, and I used a lot of glue on this part. So then you can flip it back over and begin to continue to glue around the edge of the bowl. Basically what you guys want to do is just cover the entire bowl with the automotive cloth and then have that excess fabric tuck down inside of it. So you guys can just add some dabs of hot glue down inside of the bowl and around the edges, and that will get your automotive cloth nice and secure in there. So this is the larger glass vase bowl, and you're going to do 2 of these, and that's going to be the base of your snowman and then the center part of your snowman. And then this is the smaller bowl. You guys can see off to the side here, I have 2 of the larger bowls. The larger bowls are the exact same size. And then now I'm just doing the smaller one the same way. I'm just gluing in and around the edges. And then I had flipped it over, glued on the bottom, and now I'm just gluing the rest of that automotive cloth in and around the edges, add some glue into the inside of the bottom, and then voila, you have 3 pieces of your darling snowman. And now I'm going ahead and I'm gluing my snowman together. So this is the bowl flipped upside down, and you guys can see I'm gluing both sides that are upside down. So flip your first bowl over, and then that's going to give your second bowl something to glue down to, and use tons and tons of hot glue on this part. And then for the top head layer, I'm going to add tons and tons more hot glue, and then I'm just going to glue the top of the head to the very top of our snow lady snowman. And you guys want to make sure that you also flip this one over. That way you have something to glue your hat to. So once you get all your bowls glued together, you'll just go ahead and trim off the top part of one of those Dollar Tree stocking caps. Now this is where you guys can get super creative and artistic with your project. I have a very white and pink aesthetic in my home, and so I chose a pink Dollar Tree stocking cap, but Dollar Tree also carries all kinds of different colors, and you could even pick one up at the thrift store for very inexpensive, or dig around in your winter clothing and find a stocking cap that will work perfectly. You do want to cut off the top, that way it's small enough to be proportionate to your snow person's head. And then after I stuff it with a bit of cotton filling out of an old pillow that I had, I'm just gluing the ends together, and then I'm going to kind of bunch them and glue them even a little bit more before I glue this to the very top of my snow person. And then I added a huge dollop of hot glue, and now I'm just gluing my little beanie cap to the top of my snow person. And you guys, I am so excited for how this project is going. So now I just wanted to create a scarf. So I'm taking and I'm cutting off the bottom part of that piece of stocking cap that we had, and then I'm just tying it on. And I decided to scoot it over to where the scarf was hanging down on the left hand side. And then I went ahead and used one of those snowman felt kits that you get at the Dollar Tree. So the entire kit is $1. And for the eyes, I'm just using the black felt eyes out of there, the little carrot nose, and then the mouth. And they were very proportionate to this project. But if you guys have some leftover felt somewhere, you could definitely go ahead and just use that. I also decided to go ahead and use the little felt stick arms out of that Dollar Tree Snowman felt kit. They just were so adorable. They were a bit tricky to glue on, so I kind of glued them in and around up underneath the scarf, and that gave them something to kind of more adhere to. So now that I have his arms on, I'm just gluing the edges of that scarf together, and then to make it more scarf-like, I did go ahead and cut just with my scissors some kind of little scarf tassels on the little cute scarf. So once I have her scarf all dolled up, I decided to go ahead and add some buttons down the front. Now again, you guys can customize this to whatever color of decor that you're using for your Christmas or your winter decor. I, of course, chose these hot pink buttons, and then I decided to even go one step extra and add some beautiful glammy bling jewels. Absolutely adorable and perfect for my home and my shabby chic Christmas decor. And I was so excited to see that Dollar Tree is actually carrying some glittering winter hydrangeas. So I just tied a white bow and put it up on my Snow Lady's hat, and then I'm adding in some of those glittering white Christmas hydrangeas and also just a tiny pop of greenery. Again, you guys can get completely creative with this and use whatever you have in your stash, but I felt like this came out really pretty and very festive. And then I did go ahead and add a little bit of a detail of some white ribbon to the scarf as well. So this is just some of that glittering white ribbon that they have at Dollar Tree. I added one piece of the ribbon, and then I cut some little kind of scarf tassel-y things and added another piece to this ribbon. Again, this part is very optional, but it does make it a bit more detailed. And you guys, I have to share this with you guys. My son actually came in and saw this Snow Lady and was like, "Mom, that's really cute." So now I'm adding in, I had some remnants from that last scarf project, which I'll link down below. And so to tie in those hot pink buttons, I went ahead and added in a little bit of the remnant of that scarf from my last DIY Dollar Tree scarf project, and I just thought it made it look really super winter festive. And honestly, this does not look like a Snow Lady from Dollar Tree. Looks like something that you would pay about 30 or 40 bucks at Belk or Pier 1 or TJ Maxx. I just thought this was coming out so adorable. You guys comment and let me know what you think and if you're going to do this project. Also, to tie in that scarf that I added to the hot pink area of the scarf, I added a little bit of hot pink around the edge of the hat. And now I'm just going in with some of that Dollar Tree wired ribbon, and I'm adding in this really pretty bow. So just loop the bow and then glue it on, and then tie another loop, and then I'm just taking my scissors and cutting two kind of little tails, and I'm dovetailing the ends. And how sweet is that? And then I did also add a little bit of that Dollar Tree burlap polka Polkadot Ribbon, and look at how gorgeous this is. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am so loving her. I can't believe even my teenage boys thought that she was super adorable. So you guys know I'm doing good when the teenagers approve. Now, I knew that after I created this snow lady, I had some extra automotive cloth left over. And remember on that Dollar Tree Christmas haul that I shared with you guys a couple videos back, I will link that down below. I got this styrofoam cone. So you just take a low temp glue gun and add a tiny bit of glue around the edge. And I'm just taking that automotive cloth and kind of wrapping it around. So I added glue to one big long stripe on the actual little tree, and then I just added glue all around the base, and I lined up the base to where it was even. So then you just take the automotive cloth once you have it nice and glued on, and you're going to glue it at the top, and then you're going to kind of give it a little bit of a twist. And then once you have it twisted, you want to glue that extra piece of fabric on, give it another bit of a twist, and that way it's not sticking out too much. It almost kind of looks like a snowy spiral cone. And I felt like this was just the perfect way to use up the rest of that automotive cloth and also give our little snow lady a friend with this cute and adorable tree. And then once you have it glued on, you can go ahead and glue the top together with just some extra dabs of glue. Do be careful on this part because it's very easy to burn yourself on this part, but this was super easy. And then of course I wanted to tie in the pink hat, and so I had this Dollar Tree pink ribbon, and I just added a tiny bit at the base, and then I'm just swirling it on kind of like a candy cane peppermint swirl. So I added a tiny bit of glue as I swirled up to the top, and then went all the way to the top. And once I got to the top, I just cut off the very end and hot glued the top part of that ribbon right up there. And then I'm going to add a really cute little painted Dollar Tree ornament, and that's going to be kind of the crown jewel on top of this cute little fuzzy snowy tree. So you're just going to take your cute little ornament, hot glue that to the top, and I just painted this Dollar Tree ornament with some acrylic paint, and I shared that also with you guys in another video that I will link down below. And then I had this dollar little base that I got at the Target dollar spot, and I put some of those Dollar Tree rocks in the bottom to kind of elevate it so it wasn't dropped all the way down into there. And then I took some of that sparkling ribbon, I tied a shoelace bow, and then I just kind of looped it around and hot glued a couple more loops into it. And then I had to get a little bit extra and add a really sweet pink jewel to the top. I also dovetailed those ends, and then once we added a jewel to the top, I thought why not go a little bit further and add a couple of jewels for the ornaments on our tree, and I just hot glued those on as well. And I thought it came out so sweet and so sparkling, and absolutely a perfect little addition to our super duper cute snow lady. So to create this little winter vignette, I just used kind of a snowy background with this blanket. I added my snow lady and this really sweet little tree that we created, and then these little pops of color with these Dollar Tree Christmas trees that I had painted. I used candy pink on the pink one, and then I used ocean mist on the aqua one. And then I'm just taking one of those Dollar Tree boas that you can get in the kids section, and I just kind of wrapped it in and around. I wanted it to be kind of simple so my snow lady stood out. Really pretty, and was the showy centerpiece. I am just so in love with her. You guys comment and let me know what you think. I think she is so sweet and so adorable. Absolutely perfect and ready for the sweetest, most beautiful Christmas ever. My favorite part after crafting is I love to bake something before my kiddos get home, and we super duper love the Nestle Toll House milk chocolate chip cookie recipe. I follow the recipe exactly. I do have a blog post on this with the recipe ingredients that I can link down below for you guys, but it's just the milk chocolate chocolate chips. The recipe's right there on the back, but my kiddos love this one. It is a big hit every time. The only thing I think I do differently with this recipe is I'll substitute out some white chocolate chips. So I love chocolate chips. You guys comment and let me know, what is your favorite fall baking treat to make? I love to bake. It's probably definitely my favorite cooking. Also, you guys probably noticed that my white mixing bowl has seen better days. I really like to use things until they're done for, but really this bowl just has special memories to me because I've used it ever since my kids were babies, and it came actually with a set of Pampered Chef products that I had purchased from a friend, and so it just holds a special place in my heart. I do have my eye on, though, a cute pink bowl or even some of those really cute floral bowls that I see. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add my chocolate chip cookie dough onto my cookie sheet, and we're going to make the house smell heavenly. And I will tell you that my son ate this entire pan of cookies when he came home. He was starving, but he also is my little cookie monster. Except for he's not little anymore, he's actually kind of big now. So I really want you guys to know that you can make bows. It's not super hard. I'm a bow challenged, so hopefully sharing this video with you all will give you some inspiration and will help you make those bows. Comment and let me know if you guys need help or if you have any questions about it, and also tag me on Instagram at Olivia's Romantic Home. I would love to see your bows. So without further ado, let's jump into how I create these big beautiful bows on a teeny tiny budget using Dollar Tree ribbon. So this bow is what I call the Olivia Bow. This is going to be just a really simple, easy bow. I'm going to use 3 different kinds of ribbons to create this, but basically what you want to do is you just want to take your ribbon and loop it over on itself, and then take it and loop it over on itself. This is going to create the center part of our bow. So I'm just going to fold it in half, kind of pinch it in the center, and then I'm just going to notch it very gently, just itty bitty tiny notches. And I'll also link, I have a really long video to how to do this bow. I'll link that down below. It shows you several different styles. And so there's the center part of that bow. I'm going to use my pipe cleaner and wrap these together. And then we're going to add a couple different layers. So this is just 2 different styles of bows that you all can do. You can do the big fancy one with your Pro Bow the hand, or if you just need a quick and easy go-to bow, you can do this Olivia bow. Okay, so there's the first part of our bow. We're going to do the red next because I started with the gold. So just take your ribbon, you're going to loop it over on itself, pull it out again, loop it over on itself, and you're just going to do this. I will probably use the rest of this roll of ribbon, to be totally honest with you. So usually I suggest to do 3 loops on your Olivia bow. Okay, so there's our 3 loops. And now that you have it looped over on itself, you're just going to find the center. So I do that just by going like that. And then I'm going to barely notch the top. So just little bitty tiny notches in the top. That's going to give your pipe cleaner something to grab onto when you go about fluffing it. Okay. And then I'm going to take kind of pinch it together a little bit. And then you're just going to add your original pipe cleaner on top of this one. And you're going to twist it in the back. And then to fluff it, you're just going to pull these out. So really easy, not hard at all. And that's going to begin to create a really big, beautiful bow. Okay. Now, if you want to get even more fancy with this, I always dovetail my ends. That just gives it a really nice finished look. Now, because you all know I love really big, fancy bows, I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to add one more layer of ribbon because I really want this to stand out. And so we're going to add the gold ribbon, and you're just going to take and you're going to pull it out. You're going to loop it over on itself. I believe this is probably about 12 inches. Just measure however big of a bow you want, and that's how long you'll make your loops. So you can see this is super easy, you guys. I'm just looping it over on itself and looping it over on itself. And I want to do it until I get 3 loops. So that looks like I need one more. Okay. So now that I have that, I'm just going to find my center. So you fold it in half, and then you're just going to notch it, just itty bitty tiny notches. Don't cut too far into it or your bow will fall apart. That's my biggest tip on this one. Okay. And then I'm going to tie it on to this bow. You can pinch it in the center. That will help you a little bit. This one's kind of big. My hands have a hard time holding bows. That's actually why I developed this bow, and also why I use my Pro Bow, the hand, to do some of my bows. I have neuropathy in my hands, and so that makes it tricky to do a bow. Okay, so I'm just twisting this in the back really well, and then this is the fun part, is the fluffing. So you guys can see I'm just taking it and pulling all these loops out. You can pull them out really well, and then just kind of use your hands to fluff those parts out. And then you can even bring in your red ribbon. You can pull your gold ribbon up into some of the red ribbon if you want. And then that's just going to create this really big, beautiful, fluffy bow that you can use on your Christmas tree, just whatever your heart desires to use. And then I'll go till the end of this, and there we have it. So again, like when I would put this on a package, I would definitely, you know, keep fluffing this. That's really where the secret to your bow is all in the fluffing. So you just want to keep pulling those loops out, and I just pull my loops apart and I pull them out. And there we have a big, beautiful Olivia Bow package. Okay. I hope that helps you all. Okay, so for the next bow, I'm going to share with you all how to create the Scrappy Bow. So this is just 2 scraps of ribbon that I have left over from making my big, beautiful bows that we made earlier. And so to make the Scrappy Bow, you're just going to take a scrap piece of ribbon. This is probably about 24 inches long, and you're just going to pull it out and just kind of pinch it in the center, and then pull out another loop and pinch it in the center. And then just kind of twist it to where the pretty part is out. And then take your pipe cleaner and you're just gonna wrap it around where you had pinched it in the center. So this is just 2 loops of ribbon. And I think I wanna go a little bit bigger with this because you all know how I love my big bows. So I do have a little bit left on this roll. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the rest of it. And so I'm going to pull that out, pinch it in the center, and then just add it on to the center. So we've just twisted the pipe cleaner around 3 different ribbons. That's all you need to do for this one. And then you can kind of fluff it out. And this can sit really beautifully on a wreath, a garland. It goes nicely on, you know, anything that's kind of cascading over the end of something. I love to use these on the base of my wreaths. Now, don't forget to dovetail your ends. So I'm just going to dovetail these ends. So by dovetailing them, I just mean to fold them in half, and then you cut in an upwards direction. And that's going to give them that really pretty boutique finish. Such an easy thing to do to really make your bow look really nice. And then because I've been doing so much decorating, I do have some smaller ribbon left over. So I found just these scraps. This is also Dollar Tree ribbon. This is a white satin ribbon. This is a crocheted ribbon. And then I do have some of their Love, Peace, and Joy white ribbon. I love this ribbon. I've used this on a lot of projects. So what I want to do is I'm going to take these 2 smaller strips, and I am just going to figure out where I felt like the front of my bow is. Okay, so it looks like it was twisted in the back. So I'm just going to take these 2 scraps and I'm just going to tie them on over to kind of cover up where that pipe cleaner is. And so I'm just going to tie them, that's all. I'm not doing anything fancy with that part. But now with this Peace, Love, and Joy ribbon, I'm going to come in and I'm just going to tie a shoelace bow. And that hopefully will kind of give our bow a little bit of a finished look. And this is my Scrappy Bow. I can't wait to share with you all how we're going to use these bows. We're going to do a big, beautiful creation with these. I actually haven't even decided, but I know it's going to be grand because I love going over the top. And just getting this ribbon from Dollar Tree yesterday brought my heart so much joy. I've really been run myself out of ribbon with all of my decorating. So here it is. There is our Scrappy Bow. And of course I'm going to dovetail those ends on that last ribbon. And you know, with the wired ribbon, you can take these loops and you can kind of curl them up. Just kind of playing with it. I want to pull this little bit of gold out so it's not hidden, and kind of curl it up as well. And there you have it, you guys. I hope that this is helping you all make some bows. I'm going to leave the pipe cleaner on it just because I'm going to probably tie this into a big beautiful creation. So the 3 bows that we have our Scrappy Bow. And this one is great for leftovers. It's great to put a big bow on top of the wreath and then put a Scrappy Bow kind of down below. And then we have our Olivia Bow. So like I was saying, you could do on top of a wreath and then, you know, center this down like that, or use these on garlands, or just however you want to use them. I love these bows. And then I to share with you all how you can use some of those DIY bows that I shared with you in the last video. I will link it down below, how you can use some of these bows. So you guys can take your bows and get as fancy or as not fancy as you want, but we're going to create this beautiful Dollar Tree kind of glam centerpiece. It's going to be glam, but it's also going to have that farmhouse touch with this little buffalo check plaid, and also this super easy candle. So without further ado, let's jump into these 5 DIY Dollar Tree Christmas holiday decorating crafts and ideas. So for this Dollar Tree DIY, we are just going to take 2 of the Dollar Tree wreaths. Now Dollar Tree is actually selling wreath bases with the evergreen already on them. And so this is the 15-inch base, and this is a little bit of a larger one. It's an 18-inch base. So they're a little bit scraggly. So I'm just going to take 2 of these and I'm going to put them together. So you'll want to take your first one and just pull all of these loops out, and then you're going to be able to take your second smaller base. So this is the 18-inch one, and I'm just going to pull all these loops out, and then I am going to add in the 15-inch one. So now that we have our little wreath base twisted together, I am just going to hook it on to this little Dollar Tree wreath hanger, and I'm going to share with you all how to take your bow to make a beautiful, simple, easy wreath on a teeny tiny budget. So here was one of the Dollar Tree bows that we created. This is that cherry bow. You know, I think it would be really, really beautiful in the center. I'm just tying this on to the top loop here. I'm using those pipe cleaners and I'm just twisting this on that. Now I also bought some Dollar Tree berries. The Dollar Tree berries come about 4 to a bundle for $1. And I thought that would be nice to kind of add into this wreath. So I'm just going to kind of poke them in and then twist them around with the evergreen. This is just going to be a really quick and easy wreath that I think is going to be really elegant and really beautiful when we're finished. So now I'm just going to add in a Dollar Tree poinsettia. This is a white poinsettia, and I'm going to glue this part in. So I do want this to go about right into there. And then I also, Dollar Tree is carrying these little hydrangeas. Now I have a little bit of berries left over, so I'm just going to try some of my berries out and come in kind of towards the back of here. And add in some berries. And then I'm going to add in some berries to the other side. Okay, so I had these bows. I think they sell bows at Dollar Tree, but I had them left over from another project, so I'm just going to add these in kind of to the center up here. I think I want to tie them on with a pipe cleaner just to make sure that they stay, but I thought they were really cute with a little red ribbon. They give it a really kind of festive look with this, so I'm just going to tie this up here in the center. And there you all have it. I decided actually to put this beautiful wreath on my front door. I think it looks perfectly with the white shabby chic door and my little garland that I created with some Dollar Tree mesh and those big pretty red bows. I love the way that this red is popping against the white. So for this Dollar Tree DIY, we're just going to take one of those Dollar Tree candles, and we are going to use our lovely little buffalo check plaid infinity scarf. And what I want to do is just kind of measure. It looks like it's about that way. I just want to create a really cute little kind of buffalo check plaid candle. This is a super easy quickie. So you're just going to measure and cut the size of your candle and then kind of wrap the scarf around your candle. And for this one, I just added a dab of hot glue, and then I kind of rolled the candle and pulled the scarf tight around that section. This was so easy. I just was so excited. It was really easy and it came out so super cute. And then you just want to trim off that little excess of the scarf. for this Dollar Tree DIY, we're just going to stuff that Dollar Tree stocking with some Walmart bags. These are my grocery shopping bags. And then I have that bow that we made in my last bow tutorial video. And this is the Scrappy Bow. So you're just going to take your pipe cleaner and you're just going to wire it right on to where the loop was that you hung your stocking from. I think these are so fun to use in just that little special spot in your home that maybe needs a little bit of extra fluffing or color or whatnot. So the bow is super cute as is. When I chose the stocking, I didn't really think about putting the ribbon and the stocking together. So I think I'm gonna add just a couple of ornaments. And so I do have some ornaments left over from my holiday decorating. And I'm just gonna take and add those in where the pipe cleaner is, just like that. There you have it, a very easy way to reuse a lot of your scrappy ribbon. Okay, so for this Dollar Tree DIY, I am going to take this Dollar Tree gift box and one of these Dollar Tree scarves. So surprise, I'm also wearing a Dollar Tree scarf. And what I want to do is I want to create a beautiful centerpiece that's going to give a pop of color to my space. So I did end up using quite a bit of red in my holiday decor, and so I want to add. So I want to just hot glue each edge because I want to cover this box in the easiest way possible with this infinity scarf. So I'm starting with one edge, I added some hot glue, and then I'm pressing it down. And then I'm just gonna, to each corner, add another dab of hot glue. And I'm gonna continue to wrap the scarf around the box and kind of pull it a little bit taut as you hot glue around the edges. Once you have it hot glued around the edges, you can go ahead and trim it out with a pair of scissors. And then just to make sure that it was on there nice and tight, I did add a dab of hot glue all the way around the top part of the edges where the scarf touched the box. Okay, so now we're just going to add in this piece of floral foam that I found at Dollar Tree. I actually cut this in half because I want to use the other half on another project. So, and like I said, I just have kind of like an assortment of things over here that I want to use to kind of just create this little centerpiece. So I'm adding a dab of hot glue. This is just kind of a piece of greenery that I'm going to pop in here. So far we have our greenery, a couple of palm fronds, and then just some little sprig of twigs here. Now I'm going to go a little bit higher with this and add another palm frond here to the back. I know that seems a bit unusual because it's Christmas, and these you would think more for spring or summer, but I love these for some reason right now. I've been using a ton of them. I think they give a really nice dimension and height to your arrangement. I think that looks really cute. So I also have a couple of little poinsettias. I'm gonna add one here. And then I'm gonna add one over here. This is just a quick Olivia Bow I had done. So I think I'm gonna add in a little bit of this to the center part of my bow to kind of tie it all in. So I have a little I think these ornaments would be pretty in this because it's more of that farmhouse look. I think you can get away with some of these really pretty copper colors. I really love how this beautiful floral arrangement came out. It matches our Dollar Tree candle perfectly, and just using some of those scraps left over from fall and some of the extra Christmas ornaments, I think it made a beautiful arrangement. Okay, so for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to use a Dollar Tree charger, a Dollar Tree bell, and one of your big Olivia bows. We're just going to create a pretty little centerpiece here. So I'm just taking the wire that this was wired on with, and I'm going to run it through a spot on this bow. I'm going to add some hot glue to the back of that. So you all can use this for a coffee table centerpiece. I had somebody request that, so I thought, let's go for it. Also, I think that this would be nice to use for a smaller table centerpiece that has a really pretty festive look. So let's just take some hot glue, and we are going to hot glue this bell onto the Dollar Tree charger. What I like to do when I create a centerpiece is put it on one of these chargers or on a plate, and that way you can move it around easily to take it off the table, to wash your tablecloth, or to clean your table off. And so it just has, you know, an easy way to do that. So now we have our bell glued on. We're just going to fluff our bow a bit. And again, like I said, you guys can get greenery at Dollar Tree. To do a lot of these DIYs, I'm using what I have because it's definitely more cost friendly. But Dollar Tree does have greenery. This was just some greenery I picked up at a garage sale. And so I'm going to take this, and I want to kind of run it around the bell just a bit because we want to cover up some of our gluey work here. So I'm going to poke it into the bell. These bells are really cool. You guys can do a lot with these. I don't even really need to add any hot glue. I'm just going to kind of fluff this out and kind of run it in and around that bell. And I just want to come out. You guys have probably seen me use these palm fronds quite a bit. I'm going to add a tiny bit of hot glue to this. Again, remember, I really like to get in there and create kind of different textures And I really encourage you all to think outside the box when you're decorating for the holidays. It doesn't. So now you're just going to see me add some more fruits. I get fruits at the Dollar Tree and I like to paint them and glitter them, and I also have these beautiful berries. I thought they would be really lovely to add into this floral to give it kind of that overflowing Thanksgiving feel, and also it can be put on a dinner table and it won't take over the entire table. So I'm just continuing to add more ribbons and berries. And another tip that I have for you all when you're creating a floral arrangement is don't be afraid to add in different textures of ribbon. So Dollar Tree also carries satin ribbon. I love to pick up a couple of rolls of satin ribbon along with my holiday ribbon and pull that and tie that into my holiday ribbon, and that just gives your eye different textures to play with. So I also added in some of these sweet little Dollar Tree gold ornaments just to give it that holiday feel, and then also some of this fruit. Now the pomegranate and the red fruit I did have from a thrift store find, but I really feel like this came out absolutely gorgeous. And I really feel like the combination of the deep purples and reds and golds really gives it that holiday flavor, Victorian flavor, and it'll be perfect for my Thanksgiving or entryway table. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to create this really cute little sugar plum fairy. It's kind of like a lollipop or a sucker. And so what you'll need for this is a Dollar Tree fuzzy sock. I chose pink because that is what we're going to do for my daughter's bedroom. Some little pearl jewels. I have these in a larger size, but you guys can get some of these at Dollar Tree as well. A wine opener, some scissors, some various assorted ribbon, and that cute little straw. Now I found my straw Tuesday morning, but you guys can also find these at Target, and if you don't have any straws, just use a cute little pink handled Dollar Tree spoon. So the first thing you want to do is take an extra leftover ribbon spool. I have a ton of these and I was so excited to find a way to reuse them, and just take a wine opener and just kind of poke the wine opener in and then create a hole. And then I went ahead and also pushed my scissors in to create a little bit of a larger hole so this cute little straw could just go ahead and be stuck straight down into the hole. Now only create a hole on one end because you want the straw to be able to stop going through. And then I just reinforced this also with a little bit of hot glue. You guys, this project is so adorable and so easy, and you can definitely do this with kids. So you're just going to take your Dollar Tree sock and figure out how long you want your fabric to be, and then just cut it off. And then it's so easy. You just take the little spool ribbon and push it into the top part of that sock. I was actually able to make 4 of these. So just push it in and then kind of gather it at the base, and you're going to tie it off with a pretty piece of ribbon. So once you have your little sucker tied off at the top, you're just going to go ahead and create a shoelace bow with some grass grain ribbon from Dollar Tree. and I just tied a super easy bow and snipped off the ends. And then I also do like to heat seal my ends with a lighter, so you just barely go across the bottom part of the ends of the bow with a lighter, and then you're going to add some hot glue to the base of that. And then I just chose these cute little pearls to kind of finish it off. Again, you guys can use whatever you have in your craft stash. You could use some beautiful bling jewels, you could also use some roses, whatever is going to fit along with your beautiful holiday decor. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take one of those Dollar Tree blank canvases that you'll get in the picture frame section, and we're going to use some of this craft paint from Walmart. I believe these are about 50 cents a bottle, and this is just in a blush pink color, but I'm just using my Dollar Tree paintbrush. I'm kind of freehanding this Christmas tree. So if y'all are nervous about your painting skills, you could also just sketch this out, but I'm just kind of just creating some gentle evergreen branches. This is going to go in my daughter's room. So for these projects, I did choose these beautiful pastel acrylic paints from Walmart. Again, they're super inexpensive and they're a great way to customize whatever kind of holiday decor you're going for. So once I had my Christmas tree all painted, while it was wet, I just went ahead and sprinkled some gold glitter on top of it. And I just used my finger to kind of spread it out. Again, I wanted this to kind of look kind of modern and adorable for my daughter's bedroom. And then I just took this really sweet picture frame. Dollar Tree has picture frames. I had this one on hand already, and I went ahead and sprayed it with this Aqua Mist spray paint. And I just used one coat, and then I actually distressed the edges of this picture frame to make those pretty loops come out. And then I framed my picture, added this little vintage jewel from her grandmother's stash of jewels, and here it is. I think it's so beautiful and so perfect and very elegant and perfect for a little bit of a sugar plum fairy Christmas holiday theme. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I am so excited to share with you a project my daughter and I did together for her Sugar Plum Fairy Christmas. We just took some of these gold Dollar Tree ornaments and we painted them with these beautiful pastel kind of Sugar Plum Fairy themed colors. So this is super easy, you guys. You can do this with kids. You just have a couple paper plates, your paint, some paintbrushes, and you just go to town painting. We did do two coats on these after the first coat dried. After your first coat dries, go ahead and add a second coat, and then while the second coat is still wet, we just took some gold glitter and sprinkled it on there. You can also seal these if you like with some type of acrylic sealer, but we were kind of good with it. They turned out super cute. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take two Dollar Tree Christmas trees and actually plant it inside of this mirrored frame box. So I did this mirrored frame box off camera, but you just take Dollar Tree mirrors and E6000, glue them together, and then let those go overnight. And then I've just got this Dollar Tree piece of foam, and I'm going to glue that into the bottom of this box. Dollar Tree also sells little gift boxes that work great for this project. You can cover those. I did those in one of my last DIY projects that I will link down below. So once you have your styrofoam in, take two of your Dollar Tree Christmas trees. Now these Dollar Tree Christmas trees I had painted in another video. I just spray painted them, super easy, and you're going to lay them down flat. So you want a flat spot on each side, and you're just going to take them and start to loop them together. So put two flat sides together and then begin to take the other branches from the other tree and loop them in, and that's going to give you a lot fuller of a Christmas tree. You can do this with the white Dollar Tree trees as well as the green ones. So I just thought this was a super easy, fun way to make a Dollar Tree tree look a little bit more expensive and a little bit more full. It takes a little bit of work looping those evergreens together, but once you get it done, it actually looks really cute. So once you have them looped together, you're just going to take it and press it down into your styrofoam. I pressed mine down pretty far because I definitely wanted it to stay. And then you can also still kind of play around with looping those branches in and around. I really like to go heavy on my decorations, so I knew that a lot of the tree was going to be covered anyway. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create just a little snowy garland ribbon effect for our tree. So you're just going to take that white automotive cloth and cut it down the center, and just whatever size that you will want to do for this, and then you're going to hot glue it end to end. We're also going to use this to go around the base of the tree, also to create a really pretty snowy effect. So just take your hot glue gun, hot glue the end, and then press that very firmly into one end, and you're going to create a beautiful ribboned garland for very inexpensive. So once I have my garland ready, I'm just going to go in and around the base of the tree and kind of loop it in and around, and that's going to fill in some of those spots that look a little bit bare. So after I got the snowy garland in and around my branches, I went ahead and added the last strip around the base of the tree. I didn't hot glue it, but you could definitely do that. But I just kind of tucked it in and around, and that kind of gave it a little bit of a snowy effect at the base. And then I took some of this Dollar Tree ribbon. It's a pink ribbon with white polka dots, and you guys can find this in the baby section of Dollar Tree. So I'm just starting at the top, and I'm kind of looping this ribbon down so it kind of cascades down the tree. I used 3 strips of this and just kind of used it in and around some of the branches to kind of create that beautiful designer tree look. And this is a teeny tiny tree, but I think it's looking absolutely gorgeous. So then once I had the ribbon looped in, I'm just going to create this quick little bow, and I just did several loops together, tied it off with a pipe cleaner. That's going to give you somewhere to put the bow on top of your tree, and this is going to be so perfect for my daughter's bedroom. I know she's going to love it. These are the colors in her bedroom, is this kind of pale pink and aqua, and I love kind of the mirrored effect that the base gives. It kind of makes it look a little bit more glam and girly and grown up. So then just take your ribbon and tie it to the top of your tree and give it a really good fluffing. So I used the entire roll of Dollar Tree ribbon on this, but I thought it was perfect, and you guys know me, I love to go over the top. If you guys like a simpler look, you guys can also stop at any time. So the other thing I did with those ornaments is I did take and I tied bows onto the tops of a lot of them. I had extra of this pink ribbon, so I just tied this shoelace bow, and then I hot glued them to the top of the ornament. This step is definitely optional, but it made them look really cute and sweet and very customized. I am so in love with this Christmas tree. It's so perfect and glam. I added in some roses, some ornaments, some sweet little hydrangeas, just some little whatnots that I had laying around, and my daughter was super excited for it to go into her bedroom. I think everything works really perfectly together with this sweet little Christmas tree that we painted and those cute little Dollar Tree lollipops that we created. It's absolutely gorgeous, so fun, and pretty much everything was kid friendly as far as being able to create these wonderful, very sweet Sugar Plum Fairy DIYs. Last but not least, I had to share with you this little Dollar Tree hot cocoa and cookie station. So Dollar Tree is carrying these packets of sugar cookies. They don't make a whole ton, but it was super fun to do with my nieces and my daughter. We got some hot chocolate, some Hershey Kisses, the little Dollar Tree snowman napkins, some candy canes, and we had the best time with our hot chocolate bar. We made hot chocolate, we watched the Polar Express, and even though some of the kids were a little bit older, they actually really got into baking the sugar cookies, and Dollar Tree also carries the little sugar cookie cutout cookie cutters, and we also did bake some chocolate chip cookies, you guys, my favorite. And look at this hot chocolate, it was so delicious. We added in candy canes, big giant campfire marshmallows, and of course some hot chocolate DIY. We are going to create this darling pink candy cane. So just add a dab of hot glue to the base of your candy cane, and then you're going to add some pink ribbon and just kind of wind it around the base, and then hot glue it so the ribbon will stay securely onto your candy cane. And then as you begin to twist the pink ribbon up and around your candy cane, make sure that it's overlaying on top of each twist. So I like to twist a couple of times and then add a dab of hot glue and then twist a couple of more times. This is actually a pretty easy craft. Be careful though not to burn yourself as you hot glue. I just use a tiny bit of hot glue, and so I'll hot glue and then twist some more ribbon on and hot glue some more. So as you get to the top of your candy cane, you're going to continue to twist your ribbon until you get to the very end, and then just hot glue the ribbon to the end, and then you'll cut your ribbon. And you'll notice that on the ends of my candy cane, I added two little bling jewels, and that's going to cover up the little red and white striped ends. And you guys can use anything for the ends. You could use pearls, roses, whatever. So now I'm just taking a Dollar Tree curly Q ribbon, and you find this in the package section, and I'm just gluing the white to the base because this is what's going to give it our candy cane stripe. So you'll glue it to the base of your candy cane, and then you'll just kind of wrap and twist just kind of like you did with the pink, except for you'll leave some spaces in between, and that gives you that really cute, super adorable candy cane stripe. And again, I'm just twisting several times, and then I'm adding some hot glue as I go along. Now that you have your candy cane all covered in girly and glam, you can add one extra step, which I love to do for these, and just tie a pink bow. So this is that same Dollar Tree ribbon that we used to cover our candy cane in, and I'm just snipping off the ends. And then I also do like to heat seal the ends of my ribbon, but kids, please don't try this at home unless you have a parent with you to help you do that part. It just helps keep your ribbon from fraying. And then hot glue that to the bottom of your candy cane, and then I just added some really cute little pearl jewels. You can find these at Dollar Tree, Michael's, and also Walmart, just to give it that extra bling factor. You guys know how I love my bling, and these are so fun and so customizable if you guys are doing purple, pinks, aquas. But look how adorable this looks, and these are actually going to match my daughter's pink Christmas in her bedroom, and I'm also doing pink Christmas in my bathroom this year. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create this beautiful little foam roses Christmas tree. Again, this is going to go next to my daughter's pink and aqua Christmas tree to match her bedroom. So I'm just using those foam roses that I used in my last DIY for that flower art project. But you guys can find these. I'll leave a link down below for the foam roses. You can also use pink roses from Dollar Tree. You could use poinsettias, whatever is going to go along with your Christmas. But for this, we're getting super girly and super glam. So I'm just going to add some hot glue to the base of the rose, and then I'm going along the base of the styrofoam and kind of holding them on. That way they'll stay together. They have a tendency to kind of want to pop off, so I suggest to kind of hold them on, and I'm just going to go along the base of the tree and continue to work my way up. Now this comes out super beautiful, and honestly it's such a simple and easy project, and it has so much impact, and you guys could actually use this beyond Christmas. You could use it for your Valentine's Day decor. I'm also going to be doing some bridal DIYs, and I think these would make some great centerpieces for a bridal table as well. So for this project, I just continued to add roses all the way till I got into the top, and it turned out so gorgeous and oh so beautiful for my daughter's pink Christmas. Again, you guys could use this way beyond Christmas, but I am just loving this with all the roses and the pinks. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create this beautiful pink candlestick. Again, this is completely customizable. I love to use the candy pink spray paint in a lot of my pink Christmas projects. So I'm just going to lightly spray the base of the candles, and then I'm going to gently kind of twist them. They do sell these candles at Dollar Tree. I believe Mr. Romantic picked these up for me at a garage sale. But I am just going to spray the base of them. So this just transforms these candlesticks to something very customizable and sweet, and you can even add ribbons and pearls to the base if you wanted, but this is going to be for my bathroom. I wanted to keep it kind of simple and also to where I could clean them. Look at how adorable they came out though. So that base just twists off, and then you spray paint the bottom of it. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I just sprayed a green Dollar Tree mini Christmas tree with that candy pink spray paint. I only used one coat on this tree because I'm going to cover it with a lot of feathers, and so you can see I'm just fluffing it out, and it does need something to kind of fill in. So Dollar Tree sells feather boas, and I love using them to really fill out those tiny mini Christmas trees. And again, we're creating this for my pink powder room, and so I want it to be very girly and very glam because that space is just a very pale pink and sweet space. And so I am just going to use the top of that evergreen branch, and I'm just going to kind of loop the feather boa in and around any bare spaces that I see until I get to the base, and then I'm going to loop it around and add a tiny bit of hot glue to the end of the evergreen branch and then secure the rest of the feather boa to that. For the next step on this Dollar Tree Christmas tree, I wanted to add some really cute little Dollar Tree gems. So these come in the crafting section and they kind of look like jewels. I'm just adding a little bit of hot glue to the end of my gem and then I'm sticking it on to the end of my Christmas tree. I've actually never done this before, but I really wanted this tree to look very customized and very glammy and kind of simple, but with a little bit of a crafty touch. And so I thought this was just perfect for that kind of bejeweled, crafty touch. And I think it would also be really sweet if you had some extra leftover jewelry to add that, maybe string that along. But again, I'm keeping this fairly simple. This is just going to go in my bathroom, and so I wanted to add these little sweet touches, and hopefully also the light will kind of reflect on these jewels as well. So now that we have our tree all jeweled and feathered up, we are going to take some of that Dollar Tree tulle that you'll find in the bridal section and tie a couple of very fluffy bows. I want to add this to the tree topper. Again, I want this tree to be kind of very simple and ethereal almost, and so I just tied a really huge fluffy bow, and then I'm going to take the evergreen topper and kind of just twist that bow on. Once I got the first bow on, I thought it looked cute, but of course you guys know me, I had to go over the top, and I did go ahead and tie another tulle bow and add that to the top as well, and that gave it a really pretty tree topper look without being too much. So once I got the tulle tree topper on, I decided it needed a little bit of pop of color, and so I went in with some of the extra leftover pink ribbon that I had from the candy cane project and just did like a shoelace bow, but I left the tails really long and I added those to either side of the tree so they could kind of cascade down the tree. I thought it looked really sweet and almost like a water fountain of bows. I ended up doing one on each side of the tree. And then I just used an automotive cloth that you get in the automotive section at Dollar Tree and wrapped that around the base of the tree, and that made the really sweet little tree skirt. And I think it came out really simple. I also added a couple of those foam roses to the top, and I tried it out with the candy canes hung on it as well. And I think this is really simple and really cute, especially if you have that sweet little girly glam space, or maybe you're creating this for your daughter or your granddaughter, or maybe you just happen to adore pink as well. But this was a fairly easy project and fairly inexpensive as well. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to create kind of an upcycled fake package to put under our really cute Christmas tree. So Dollar Tree sells these princess napkins in their party section, and I had picked up a pat because I knew I could use them for some pink Christmas crafts. You're just going to take an empty roll of toilet paper, unroll your napkin, and start at the corner. And I did not want the princess part actually on this one to show, but you definitely could. And then I just rolled the toilet paper roll around the napkin, and then I wanted to go ahead and secure it with a tiny dab of hot glue. Now when you're working with a napkin, be very gentle and delicate with it, so just use a tiny bit of hot glue. And if you're doing this with your kiddos, just be careful and help them do the hot glue. And then I had some of that tulle left over from the top of the Christmas tree. I wanted to wrap that around the napkin. I felt like that would give the napkin a little bit more stability, and also it kind of glam it up as well. So I just added tulle, and then I took some of that pretty little bow and I tied off each end of the napkin, kind of fake present little Christmas popper type thing. And you guys could also probably add some candy into the center of these to make them super fun and festive if you wanted to, or a little surprise inexpensive gift. And then I'm just taking some of that pink ribbon and tying a shoelace bow. I wanted to really go a little bit extra for this and add that to each end. And I thought it came out really perfect and sweet. My daughter was actually the most impressed with this craft, which I found that kind of funny because anyway, but I really love this one as well. And so I just hot glued those pink bows to each end. And then of course I had to add some of those pink gems into the center of that. And how adorable did these come out? They're so perfect and so sweet. And my daughter claimed these for her pink Christmas in her bedroom, which was totally what I had in mind for them. But I just love these. They brought such a smile to my face, and I think they're so beautiful. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to create a beautiful pink sparkling snowflake. So you're going to take about 6 or 7 of the pink Dollar Tree spoons. You can find these in the party section in a huge bag of to-go silverware, and you're just going to kind of snip off the ends, and be careful, it can leave kind of a sharp edge on the end of your spoon. So if you're a kiddo, have your parents help you with that part. And then I just use a Dollar Tree pink disposable plate, and what I want to do is cut out 2 circles. Now if you want to be very precise on your circles, I suggest to use a small cup to trace out some circles, but I just decided to eyeball these. And so you're going to cut 2 circles of the same size, and we're going to use that for the base of our beautiful little pink icicle. So cut out both of those circles, and then you're going to flip one of them over, and you're going to add a huge dollop of hot glue, and then you're going to glue your spoon handles on, and you can see that this is the back of the spoon handle. So when we flip this over, that's going to be the front part of our snowflake icicle creation. And so just continue, and I did kind of do different sizes, that way it kind of looks more snowflakey, icicle-ish. And then I added in some of these little cute pink straws that I had left over from our last pastel pink Christmas DIY, and I had added another big giant dollop of hot glue to get those on. And so it's kind of random how I'm putting them on here, but I did want them to be kind of varying sizes. And then I'm adding one more large piece of hot glue and gluing the rest of that centerpiece of that plate on. And then see, now you see that I flipped it over, and I'm using some more of those gems, and I want to cover the center part of this with the gem, so I'm just hot gluing each gem on. And then of course I did have to go a little bit extra. You all know me, how I love my sparkle, and I added some to the ends of this beautiful snowflake as well. I think it came out so sweet and would be perfect to hang in the window or add to a Christmas tree, or just wherever your heart desires that you needed that little pick-me-up and sparkle. And I thought this was a really super fun way to upcycle some disposable spoons that you all have. You could also use white, and then I'm just adding a little piece of ribbon to it, and that way we can tie it onto something. And here is our very beautiful, extra girly pink princess Christmas creations and decor. I am absolutely in love with these creations because they fit in perfectly with my daughter's pink and aqua Christmas scheme, as well as some of the pink Christmas in my bathroom. If you all love Christmas DIYs, I have a ton of them in all different colors and styles. I will link down below. But how beautiful is this? So sparkling, so girly, and oh so glam, and super fun projects to do with your little ones as well. this Dollar Tree wreath, we are going to take one of those Dollar Tree foam wreath bases and we are going to wrap it in the Dollar Tree evergreen, and I just twist tied on with a pipe cleaner that first link of this garland, and then I'm just going to loop it around this entire wreath. It pretty much stays on its own, and then once you get done you can go ahead and tie the other end on with another pipe cleaner. Once you have your wreath base all ready, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this sparkling Dollar Tree star. What I want to create here is a really beautiful rustic woodland wreath. So I'm just tying that buffalo check plaid scarf in a bow from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use that as the base, but the first thing I want to do is I want to extend the wreath out because it's rather small, and I'm going to use one of those Dollar Tree Christmas trees that I painted. This is that red one, and I'm just going to tie it on to the edge, kind of catty corner to the star, and I used 2 pipe cleaners to tie this on. Now this step is totally optional. I just like to go really full and big, and then to secure it just a little bit better, I am using that Dollar Tree buffalo check plaid scarf. It's an infinity scarf that I cut in half and then cut even a bit smaller, and now I'm just dovetailing the ends, and then I want to kind of up to the left just kind of loop it up and add a dab of hot glue to hold it on securely. Now I'm looping in some of that Dollar Tree red sparkling ribbon in the back. You all see that, and then in the front I'm just tying in through the star some of that Dollar Tree red ribbon that I painted with a little bit of dusting of white paint. That's in another DIY video that I will link down below. And then here is the other part of that buffalo plaid infinity scarf. This is actually the same scarf. If you just cut it in half, it'll give you a lot more length. Now I'm tying an Olivia bow with the burlap. This is a wired Dollar Tree Polkadot ribbon. I love this. So just tie your Olivia bow, which means you just loop the ribbon together, and I will also leave my bow tutorial down below. And then you notch it at the center, and then you can just tie it on with a pipe cleaner and fluff out your loops. I just looped the buffalo plaid check scarf in and around and up towards the top part of the left hand side of the wreath because I want to continue that pattern up to the left hand side. And now I'm just adding in the Dollar Tree nautical rope. I added some to the center part of the bow and then also down here on the left as well, and I just tied a shoelace bow on to the one down on the left. Now to balance things out, we'll just go in with that Dollar Tree polka dot ribbon, and I'm just tying that around the base part of this bow. I'm adding a dab of hot glue, and then I'm going to loop it up and dovetail those ends. So then I wanted to add some more greenery. This wreath was a bit small for me, so I just tied in some more Dollar Tree garland. This is great to have on hand, and I'm just kind of looping it in and around some of the scarf and the bow parts. So I tied it on the back with a piece of pipe cleaner, and then you can see I'm just kind of looping it in and around some of the bows. Now remember those Dollar Tree cowboy hats that we found in the kids section? They were a bright hot pink, and we painted those and glittered those in my other DIY Christmas Dollar Tree video. I'm tying one of them on down to the left hand side in the center part of this bow. I just thought that looked so perfect with the rope and the buffalo check plaid scarf. It's really giving me kind of those super rustic vibes. And then I'm also tying one to the top. Now I just used a paper hole punch to hole punch a little hole in the top part of the hat. That way I could run a string through it. And now that I have a lot of the base of my wreath done, I'm going in with the smaller elements of this wreath. So remember that red truck that I took the Merry Christmas sign off of? I wanted to add the Merry Christmas sign into the center part of this bow. I thought it looked really vintage, rustic, and super cute. And then for the rest of that Dollar Tree Christmas tree that I took apart that was painted red, I just clipped off with my wire cutters some of the branches of that, and you can see that I'm going in with some of those branches just to give the wreath some dimension and some beautiful Christmassy color. I really wanted to use up a lot of the red sparkling ribbon that I had, and you all know I love to go over the top, and of course you can recreate this however you like with whatever style you like. You could probably stop here, but I do like to really add a lot of detail and give your eye something to dance over. So I also had some Dollar Tree kind of burlappy ribbon that was red that was left over from a 4th of July wreath that I did this year. So I just wanted to pick that in and around some of the other ribbons. And then I did end up adding some more of those miniature red Dollar Tree ornaments as well as some pine cones to this wreath to really fill it out and really give it that rustic woodland appearance. And it is actually going to go really perfect with that Dollar Tree swag that was kind of this same woodland that I used the little red truck on. I made it for Mr. Romantic's man cave, so now he'll have a matching wreath, and it's going to be so perfect and so festive. I think the colors are really beautiful, and this is perfect if you all are doing a rustic woodland theme. I'm also going back and forth in my mind and wondering if I should do red in my kitchen. So I definitely will have some options here. And so I hope you all are loving it, and comment and let me know if you all are doing some of this rustic woodland red, and if so, what rooms do you love to put these bolder colors in? Is the finished project. I think it looks absolutely stunning. It's very sparkling, it's very detailed. There's those pine cones that I told you about that I picked in, and I did pick in a little bit of evergreen off to the left, and there's those cute Dollar Tree hats that we painted, the beautiful ribbons that are just dancing around in and around all of these ornaments. It is very full and very over the top, and like I said, if you all like a little bit less full look, you can stop at any point, but you know me and I love to get really just glam and full, even if it's not a glam piece. But I hope you all are loving this, and I hope you are super inspired. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I am just going to spray paint with my Rust-Oleum 2X spray paint in the vintage pink this Dollar Tree picture frame. It actually had a skull in it, and it was black, and I used it in some of my Halloween decor, but now I want to repurpose it for Christmas. So I'm just taking some of that Dollar Tree garland, and I'm using a pipe cleaner to loop it to the top part of this picture frame. So the picture frame came with like a little hanger at the top, and so I just want to loop it through so it stays nice and securely at the top. And then I'm going to add a huge dab of hot glue at the bottom, and then just kind of wind the picture frame back and forth across the back part of the frame, kind of actually framing the garland, I guess, if that makes sense. Be careful on this part too. If you all are sensitive to burns and hot glue, you may want to use a spatula to hot glue your evergreen on. So then once you have it on, I'm just making one of those ornament kind of bundles. So just take some of your favorite holiday ornaments that go along with your color palette. These are from Dollar Tree. They come in a 12 pack, and then of course that glam sparkling ornament from Dollar Tree comes by itself. But you're just going to loop that onto the back, and look, we framed this beautiful ornament. And you can stop here, but of course I had to get a little bit extra and go over the top. And my friend Lorena had bought me this huge thing of lace for my birthday. So you guys are going to see that in and around some of my videos. I definitely like to do a bit of a Victorian style. So I'm just going to create a bow for the base of this. So I used some of that Dollar Tree gold ribbon, and I looped one bit together, tied it on with a pipe cleaner, and then looped another bit together. And then I'm just going to add a huge dollop of hot glue because I do want this to stay on really well. And I'm just going to press that down into the hot glue. I think it will also give me the option if I want to remove it later and then just paint back over the frame. And then of course I love to dovetail my ends. And then there's that lace. Now this is a larger lace, and I didn't get it at Dollar Tree, but it was a gift from my best friend, and so I'm definitely going to be using it in some of my decor. You all can find lace at the thrift store, and you can also find it at Michael's. It's $10 for a huge roll, and then you can use your 50% off coupon and get it for about $5, and you'll have a ton of lace for all of your holiday projects if you all like that romantic style. So there it is. And then of course I did go in with some of this white satin ribbon that you get from Dollar Tree, and then also some of that detailed peace, joy, and love ribbon, and also some pearls in the center and a little bit of bling. So I've had this idea in my head floating around for a while to reuse these beautiful picture frames in some way, shape, or form. And what I think is you could really glam up a Christmas tree. If you do a really large tree, which my tree isn't quite this big, I don't know if it could handle something this large, but I also thought it would be nice to hang from a really ornate mirror. It almost acts as kind of a wreath. Instead of the size and the weight of a wreath, this is very lightweight if you needed something as an option. And I think it came out so beautiful, and it's such a great way to reuse a picture frame. And like I said, it kind of acts as a wreath, but it's not quite the size and the shape, so it could fit in a smaller wall space. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I wanted to share with you how to wrap a beautiful package. So I love to look in the Dollar Tree wrapping paper section, and what I do is I look actually for the wedding paper. So they have really beautiful detailed white wedding paper, and I'm wrapping my son's girlfriend's package in this. I'm so excited. I hope she doesn't watch this video because I want it to be a surprise. But I just used some of that Dollar Tree gold ribbon and dovetailed the ends. Now here's the next Dollar Tree DIY. I want to share with you all how to make a poinsettia out of ribbons. So I just measured 6 inches of each ribbon, and I cut 6 pieces of each ribbon. And then what you want to do is I took it in about sets of 3, and you just fold them together, and then you cut a little notch out of the top that kind of is in the shape of a point. So you're going to do that on each side of the ribbon. And I did that for all 6 ribbons. Now, if you want to be really particular, you might want to measure each end, but I just kind of gathered them together and cut those. And then once you have them all cut and ready, you're just going to fold them in half and then fold them again. So you fold it in half and then fold it out. I hope that makes sense. Comment and let me know if you guys need help with that, but you fold it in half and then you fold it back down, almost kind of like you would do with a paper airplane. And then I'm just holding mine together with a clothespin. It works perfectly, especially for this smaller project. So Once you get them all folded together, you're just going to tie them with a pipe cleaner. So you tie them in the center with a pipe cleaner and then loop it around the back. And then I'm actually going to do it with this lace as well. Now with the lace, it's not wired, so I'm going to put it towards the center. That way the wired ribbon can kind of stand up against it on either side. And I'm actually creating it for the centerpiece of this package, and I'm so excited. So all you have to do is wire all of these together once you're done cutting them, and it doesn't have to be perfect because a poinsettia isn't perfect. So these are excellent to use on your Christmas tree, in your garlands, or as a center point of a package. And of course, I had to go super extra and add some bling jewels to the center. My son's girlfriend is so special to me, and she really is delighted by beautiful packages. So I really want to do some fancy poinsettias like this on some of my packages. So I'm really excited. I think it looks really beautiful. It's going to fit perfectly on her sweet little package. And of course, you all can use all different kinds of colors of ribbon to create these beautiful dynamic poinsettia bows. There it is with that centerpiece that we created using Dollar Tree items. I will link that video down below, but look at how sparkling and gorgeous it is, and I think it would be such an elegant surprise to use on a tablescape for your guests. And then for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm just using one of those Dollar Tree ornaments, and I'm taking some hot glue and following the lines of the swirls of the ornament and then dumping glitter over that. Now this project is a little bit messy, but it's really nice. The finished product, you can get kind of glamorous with your ornament and also use some of those beautiful jewels. I think it looks really super beautiful, and it kind of tones down the gold as well. Also, I wanted to let you all know that this glitter is an extra fine glitter that I found at Walmart. It was $2.97 for a fairly decent sized bottle, and so hopefully that's going to get me through my next round of Christmas crafting DIYs. You guys, I am going through a ton of glitter right now. Comment and let me know if you are as well, but look at how sparkling it is. Ooh, so gorgeous. And I did tie a beautiful white satin bow on the top, and of course you all can get super creative and customize this to whatever colors you're using, but this looks great in this metallic tablescape. And I just put it in that dessert cup, and look at how beautiful and sparkly. I'm absolutely in love with it, and it makes it really unique without a whole ton of work. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I wanted to share with you all this popsicle ornament craft. So what we're going to do is just use some popsicles that you find at the Dollar Tree, and we're going to create this square kind of frame. And then I'm also going to reinforce it with a couple of more popsicle sticks. So I just flipped it over on the back, and I'm reinforcing it in the center. And what I want to create is a beautiful package. So I had some of that automotive cloth left over from another project, and I just want to go in and kind of cover the popsicle stick with that automotive cloth. So not really any kind of special folds here, just kind of randomly gluing it because I am going to put ribbons over it. So now I'm just kind of working out how to create this little package ornament. This would also be beautiful to use as a place card setting. So I'm just going around with the lace, and I went around and I cut and I glued it. And I'm doing all of my gluing on the back. That way I can make the front really pretty and glamorous. So here is the front part, and you can also remember customize this to however you want. So I'm just taking some of that white satin ribbon and I'm creating like a package bow. So you just tie it like you would would tie your tennis shoes. Tie it right here, very easy in the center, and then I'm going to trim off the edges and dovetail those ends to give it a nice boutique finish. And this is where you can have a lot of fun with this and get creative. Now I had some Dollar Tree angel wings left over from a Dollar Tree ornament that I bought that I used on my wreath. And remember that wreath that we made and I broke apart the angel wings? Well, I pulled the feather part off, and so these are those feathers. So I'm kind of creating a feather package. Now here I'm just showing you some of the different colors of ribbon that you could use. You could use pinks, maroons, whatever your Christmas colors are. Get creative. Now I'm going to add a huge dollop of hot glue in the center of this and kind of just gather it around. Really no rhyme or reason. I just want to create like a little kind of crocheted lace puff, and I did get this crocheted lace at the Dollar Tree. And I also went in with a little bit of glitzy glam with that gold piece. Those are also the Dollar Tree. They're great because you can cut them apart and use them in your smaller projects. And then you guys see me using this Peace, Love, and Joy ribbon a lot. Of course, I could not resist adding some of that in. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit more glitz and glam with some of these pearls. Now, I think the pearls really dress it up and make it very elegant. And if you had maybe a sparkling letter or made a little place card, you could tie that in with this as well, and it would make a beautiful statement on your tablescape. I also think it is perfect to hang in your tree. You could also pick it into a wreath or a garland as well. So here's how I would probably use it. I would use it in the centerpiece of this tablescape, and it's also a lovely gift to give your guests if they like kind of a more fancy decor as well. I think it really dresses things up and makes it very elegant and very beautiful, and nobody is the wiser that it is popsicle sticks underneath. Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I am just using one of those little Dollar Tree hand mirrors. Now I think this would make a really beautiful ornament to hang from your tree. I'm just tying a large loopy bow at the base handle of this mirror, dovetailing those ends to give it that boutique finish. And you can find the little hand mirrors in the health and beauty section, and they're only $1. They are plastic, but they do have a mirror on the other side. So this would also work really nicely for a baby shower or bridal shower, or to give to, you know, your favorite little granddaughter for her dressing table. There's so many ways that you can use this. And again, for this one, you can customize this to fit your colors. So I'm just adding in a white satin ribbon and then a pink ribbon. I am going to give this to my aunt. I hope she's not watching this, but she does love to decorate with the pale pinks, and so this will be the perfect gift for her to use in her vanity space. And Dollar Tree also is carrying some pearl eyeglass holders, and so I just cut off the eyeglass end, and then I'm going to use this to loop into this to really glam it and doll it up. So check out their eyeglass holders and look for that pearl one. Now I also found these beautiful little white flowers at the Dollar Tree. They came in the sticker section, and I just added in some of those as well because they had those beautiful pearl details. I thought it finished it out really nice, and I also think this would make a great Christmas ornament as well because of the mirror. The mirror will reflect the light. So I'm just showing it to you on my tablescape, and I think it came out absolutely gorgeous, very glamorous, and I don't really think anybody would truly know that this beautiful, elegant piece is from the Dollar Tree. This scrap piece of wrapping paper, and what you want to do is you just want to roll it around your toilet paper roll and then tape it on, and you can glam it up with whatever kind of scrap ribbon you have. I also love to add some little jewels to it, and it just makes really cute little sweet packages for underneath your tree. I also think that you guys could even put some candy in these, and it would be actually a real package, not just decor. this video, I couldn't resist sharing with you guys a couple of DIYs. So remember that bejeweled ornament? I just wanted to share with you guys, if you guys go to Walmart, they have big, huge boxes of jewels you guys can get. And they also have the pearls at Michael's. You can also find them online, but you can just hot glue those straight onto your Dollar Tree ornament. And then another way to bejewel a Dollar Tree ornament is to use these cute little white flowers that they have at Dollar Tree. They come in a huge pack, and so you guys can really do a lot of ornaments with these. Another Dollar Tree DIY ornament idea is just to get some of that dollar paint from Walmart and paint your ornaments to match whatever tree color and design you have. I recommend using this kind of acrylic paint and not spray painting these foam ornaments because they do kind of tend to melt if you spray paint them. But this paint works really well, and a nice dusting of glitter will give you a beautiful, fabulous ornament that will match whatever tree decor you guys choose. And then another Dollar Tree DIY Christmas tree ornament idea is to go ahead and use some Dollar Tree lace. Just wrap it around your ornament, glue it at the top, and then you guys can add whatever jewels and bows you desire, and you have a nice little cute little custom ornament for your Dollar Tree mini tree. This ornament I did choose the Dollar Tree raffia, and I added this cute little bow to it, and then I added a jewel to the center, and voila, we have this beautiful little glammed up bejeweled ornament for our Marie Antoinette Christmas tree. Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY Christmas tree decorating idea, we are going to go for our Marilyn Monroe super glamorous Hollywood movie star tree. So this is the tree that I had painted gold and added glitter to in that last DIY Dollar Tree Christmas episode. And I am just going to use these feather boas because I love the way the Dollar Tree feather boas really add some fluff and dimension to those Dollar Tree trees that are a little bit thin. And then I added some Dollar Tree glam. This is just some Christmassy mumbo jumbo to the top, and then I'm adding in the Dollar Tree gold glittering ribbon. I did add in some scrap lace to the top of that ribbon just to kind of doll things up and to take away a little bit of the glitz of the brightness of this glittered ribbon. Of course, in high Marilyn Monroe style, we want to use tons and tons of pearls. This string of pearls I found at our local thrift store, and then here's some of those sparkling Dollar Tree larger ornaments. I had picked these up last year. I believe they're going to have them again this year, but these are amazing. If you guys see these, grab them because they're really nice and detailed, and I think that they work just fine on this cute little Marilyn Monroe tree, and voila, we have a very ready for Hollywood glammed up superstar tree. Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY tree, you guys, I'm just going to share with you how to fluff up a regular green Dollar Tree mini Christmas tree. So these are $1 at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just taking some of this greenery again that I found at our local thrift store. You guys, I love thrifting, and I cut it into 3 sections, and then I'm just kind of winding it and wrapping it around the Christmas tree. You guys can also do this with those Dollar Tree garlands. Any kind of greenery will work just fine. So remember the DIY scarf episode that I did? I'm just going to go ahead and use one of those DIYs to replant this tree. So I added the toilet paper and then into this glass ball jar that I had DIY'd, and then I added in some of those Dollar Tree rocks, and I'm just repotting my tree. I think this is a great way to really doll up your Dollar Tree Christmas tree. It makes it just so cute and adorable. And now we're going to do a little DIY on this red Dollar Tree sparkling ornament. I kind of want to create like a little scarf ornament, so I'm just adding a dab of hot glue, and from my last DIY scrap bit of goodies, I cut just this piece of buffalo check scarf whatnot, and I'm going to tie it around this top of this ornament where I had hot glued it. And then I want to add a little button and a little pom-pom, and then once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and just trim up the little ends to kind of make it appear scarf-like, and it's going to add in to the darling appearance of this kind of farmhouse, just really cute Christmas tree. And I'm adding in this red truck, and I'm going to actually call this tree my Pops tree. It reminds me so much of my dad. He lives out in the country, and I just thought this cute little country red truck would just be perfect. And then of course we have to have a spot of hot cocoa to go along with our country vibe, and there you have it. So thank you all so much for joining me and crafting away. I hope you guys are having so much fun on this channel. I love you all so much. All of your comments truly make my heart sparkle and shine. This is a blessing and a joy to me, and I hope that I can bless you all as well. So if you guys are new, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of my YouTube family. Click that subscribe button, and if you touch the little bell, that will notify you guys every time I upload a new video. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and we will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.